Feeling stuck and labeling yourself as lazy. You're not lazy. There's a reason you're struggling, and it's not what you think. What if the real problem isn't a lack of willpower, but something you haven't discovered about yourself yet? This video uncovers the truth behind that low energy and helps you unlock the motivation that's already inside you waiting to be used. No fluff, no false promises, just clear, practical steps to move forward starting today. Stay with me and change how you see yourself forever. Chapter 1. Identify the real reason behind your low energy. You've probably told yourself, "I'm just lazy." Maybe you've looked at your life and felt like you're falling behind while everyone else seems to be moving forward. You've seen others accomplish things, chase their goals, and stay consistent while you feel stuck, tired, and unmotivated. But I want you to pause and hear this. You are not lazy. You've just been carrying the wrong weight, running on the wrong fuel, or fighting battles you didn't even know were draining you. Low energy doesn't come out of nowhere. There's always a reason. The problem is, most people never take the time to figure out what's actually stealing their energy. They just label themselves as lazy and carry that label like it's a permanent part of who they are. It's not. Think about the last time you woke up feeling truly alive, excited and ready for the day. What was different? Maybe you had something to look forward to. Maybe you felt rested. Maybe your mind was clear. Now compare that to the mornings when you woke up feeling heavy, slow and unmotivated. Something caused that difference, and it's not just willpower. The first step to fixing low energy is to identify the real source of it. You can't fix what you don't understand, so here's how you start breaking it down. 1. Check your physical state. Your body is your foundation. If you've been running on 4 or 5 hours of sleep, living on junk food, and not moving your body at all, of course your energy is going to crash. It's not a character flaw, it's basic biology. If your body doesn't have the right fuel or enough rest, your brain can't give you the focus and drive you want. Start small. Look at your sleep first. Are you getting a full night's rest? And not just lying in bed with your phone, but actually sleeping deeply. Even 1 week of quality sleep can transform your energy levels. Then, check your nutrition. If your meals are loaded with sugar and processed junk, you're spiking your energy and then crashing right after. Simple changes, more water, more whole foods, fewer empty calories, can make a huge difference in how you feel. And then movement. I'm not talking about running marathons. Just get your body moving. A 10-minute walk in the morning can shift your mood and energy for the entire day. When your body starts feeling alive, your mind follows. 2. Look at your mental load. Even if your body is in decent shape, your mind might be exhausted. Mental fatigue is real, and it's often worse than physical fatigue. You could be lying in bed all day and still feel drained because your mind is constantly overthinking, worrying, or carrying unresolved problems. Ask yourself, what's been weighing on me lately? Maybe it's unfinished tasks, unresolved conflicts, or constant comparison to others. These things quietly drain your mental energy day after day. That's why some days you can feel more exhausted from thinking than from actually working. One way to free up mental energy is to write things down. Take 5 minutes and unload everything on your mind onto paper. It doesn't have to be organized, just get it out. This simple act can give your brain breathing room and stop the endless cycle of repetitive thoughts. 3. Check your emotional state. Sometimes low energy isn't about your body or your mind, it's about your heart. If you've been feeling disconnected, unfulfilled, or unsupported, your motivation will naturally fade. Humans aren't machines. We need purpose, connection, and meaning to feel truly alive. Think about the things that once excited you. Are you still doing them? Or have you fallen into a routine that leaves you feeling empty? When you lose sight of what matters to you, it's easy to mistake that emptiness for laziness. If you're missing purpose, start small. Find one thing in your day that makes you feel like you're growing or contributing. It could be helping someone, learning something new, or working on a personal goal that matters to you. Even small doses of meaning can recharge your spirit. 4. Remove the hidden energy thieves. There are things in your life right now that are draining you, and you may not even realize it. These could be toxic relationships, cluttered environments, endless social media scrolling, or commitments you don't actually care about. Every one of these things takes a little bit of your energy, and over time it adds up. Audit your environment and habits. Who and what is taking your energy without giving anything back? You might need to set boundaries, say no more often, or cut back on things that don't truly serve you. The less you waste energy on the wrong things, the more you'll have for the right things. 5. Challenge the lazy label. Every time you call yourself lazy, you're reinforcing a belief that makes it harder to take action. Instead of saying, "I'm lazy," try saying, "I'm tired," or "I'm overwhelmed," or "I need clarity." Those words point to a problem you can solve. When you believe you're lazy, you stop looking for solutions. When you believe you're just missing the right approach, you start taking action to find it. That small shift in self-talk can completely change the way you see yourself. 6. Create an energy routine. Once you've identified what's draining you, you need a daily system to keep your energy high. Start with the basics. Sleep at a consistent time each night. Move your body every morning, even if it's just stretching. Eat foods that fuel your brain and body. Limit the mental clutter by planning your day in advance. Do something that brings you joy daily, no matter how small. Over time, this routine becomes your natural state, and your energy will stop fluctuating so much. 7. Focus on one change at a time. When you realize what's been draining you, it's tempting to try to fix everything all at once. But that's a fast way to burn out. Pick one change that will make the biggest difference for you right now, and focus on that until it becomes natural. Then move on to the next thing. For example, if your biggest problem is poor sleep, focus on fixing your bedtime routine first. Once you're consistently rested, your body will naturally feel more energized, and you'll have more motivation to work on other areas. The truth is, your energy is a reflection of your habits, your environment, and your mindset. If any of those are out of balance, you're going to feel it. But that doesn't mean you're broken or lazy. It means you're human, and you need to take care of the basics before you can expect high performance. So today, start by asking yourself, what's the real reason I've been feeling low energy? Write it down, be honest, and then commit to making one small change that will move you toward feeling alive again. Because you're not lazy. You've just been running on empty, and it's time to fill your tank again. Chapter 2. Create a clear and simple plan for your day. If you wake up without a plan, you're starting your day already behind. Without direction, your energy gets pulled in 100 different ways, and before you know it, the day is over and you're wondering where the time went. This isn't about working like a machine. It's about taking control of your hours so they serve you instead of slipping away from you. A clear and simple plan doesn't mean you fill every minute with tasks. It means you know exactly what matters today. You set priorities, and you leave enough space to breathe while still making progress toward your goals. Here's how to build a plan that actually works. Not something complicated, not something that looks good on paper, but is impossible to follow. A plan that keeps you focused and gives you a sense of achievement by the end of the day. 1. Start with the essentials before you even write anything down. Decide what's non-negotiable. These are the tasks or activities that must happen no matter what. It could be your work responsibilities, a workout, family time, or a commitment you've already made. Knowing your non-negotiables creates structure. When you place them on your schedule first, everything else has to fit around them. This prevents the common mistake of cramming your priorities into the leftover time, which rarely works. 2. Choose 3 main priorities. If you start your day with a list of 20 tasks, you'll feel overwhelmed before you even begin. The truth is, you can't do everything in one day, but you can do 3 important things well. These should be the 3 things that will make the biggest difference today. Maybe it's finishing a report, cleaning your workspace, or finally making that phone call you've been avoiding. By limiting your main priorities, you focus your energy where it matters most, instead of scattering it across too many things. When you finish those 3, anything extra you do feels like a bonus instead of a burden. 3. Break big tasks into smaller steps. A lot of people fail to stick to a plan because they write down tasks that are too vague or too big. Work on business or clean the house are not clear tasks. They're massive projects that can overwhelm you before you start. Instead, break them down into actions you can complete in one sitting. Instead of clean the house, write wash the dishes or vacuum the living room. Instead of work on business, write send follow-up emails to 3 clients or research suppliers for 30 minutes. This makes your plan easier to follow because each task feels doable. Small steps build momentum, and momentum builds confidence. 4. Schedule your energy, not just your time. Most people make plans based only on the clock. They forget that energy levels change throughout the day. If you put your most important work at the wrong time, you'll struggle unnecessarily. Notice when you have the most focus and energy. For many people that's in the morning, for others it's late at night. Place your hardest or most important tasks in those peak times. And during your low energy periods, schedule easier, less demanding activities. This way, you're not fighting your body and mind. You're working with them. 5. Build in breaks. A clear plan isn't about constant work, it's about smart work. Without breaks, your focus fades and tasks take longer than they should. Short breaks help you recharge so you can keep going. Even 5 minutes of stepping away from your desk, stretching or walking around can reset your mind. The goal is to return to your work feeling fresher, not drained. 6. Remove distractions before you start. A plan is useless if you're constantly interrupted. Before you begin your day, remove or reduce the things that usually pull you away from your priorities. Put your phone on silent or in another room during work periods. Clear unnecessary tabs on your computer. Tell people when you're not available. You don't have to be unreachable all day, just during the times you've committed to your main priorities. 7. Keep it simple and flexible. Your plan should guide you, not trap you. If it's too rigid, you'll feel frustrated when things don't go exactly as you expected, and they rarely do. Life can shift in a moment, so keep space for adjustments. If something urgent comes up, move your tasks around instead of throwing out the whole plan. The goal isn't perfection, the goal is progress. 8. Review and adjust at the end of the day. The last step to making your daily plan effective is to review it. At the end of each day, ask yourself what worked well today, What slowed me down or distracted me? Did I finish my 3 main priorities? This reflection takes only a few minutes, but it's powerful. You'll quickly spot patterns. Maybe you're scheduling hard tasks in your low-energy time, or maybe certain distractions keep showing up. Adjusting tomorrow's plan based on today's lessons keeps you improving instead of repeating the same mistakes. Why this works: a clear and simple plan works because it reduces decision fatigue. When you wake up already knowing what matters most, you save your mental energy for actually doing the work, not deciding what to do next. It also gives you a daily sense of purpose. You're not just reacting to whatever comes your way, you're directing your time toward what you've decided is important. That builds confidence and discipline over time. A realistic example. Here's what a simple, clear plan might look like for someone working from home. Morning peak. Focus priority 1. Write project proposal draft, 1 hour. Priority 2. Review and reply to important client emails, 30 minutes. Midday, moderate energy, lunch and short walk, 45 minutes. Priority 3. Finalize presentation slides, 1 hour. Organize files and workspace, 30 minutes. Lower energy, return phone calls, 20 minutes. Plan tomorrow's schedule, 10 minutes. Lighthouse chores, 30 minutes. This isn't about filling every second, it's about setting clear intentions for the day and protecting time for what matters most. The bigger picture. When you create and follow a simple plan, you train yourself to use your days with purpose. Over time, this compounds into huge progress. You'll find that you're finishing more of what you start, feeling less stressed, and ending your days with a sense of accomplishment instead of frustration. But it's not just about productivity. A plan frees your mind. Instead of carrying a mental load of "I should be doing something," you'll know exactly what you're doing and when. That clarity alone is enough to boost your motivation and energy. So tomorrow, before the day even begins, decide on your 3 main priorities. Break them into clear, small steps. Schedule them during your best energy hours. Remove distractions. Build in breaks. And at the end of the day, review what worked. This is how you turn random, unfocused days into days with real progress. It's not about being perfect, it's about being intentional. Because when you control your day, you control your life. Chapter 3. Set one small goal you can finish today. Every day, millions of people wake up with a long list of things they want to accomplish. Some of those lists are overwhelming, full of big ambitions and complex projects. But what happens? Most get stuck at the start. The to-do list grows longer, motivation fades, and by the end of the day, they feel defeated. There is a better way. One small goal, clearly defined and fully achievable within a day. It's not about grand gestures or massive leaps. It's about focused, deliberate action that builds confidence and momentum. Setting one small goal you can finish today isn't a shortcut or an excuse to avoid hard work. It's a strategy. When you finish something important, no matter how small, you create a win. That win changes how your brain feels. It signals progress, fuels motivation, and encourages you to keep moving forward. Why one small goal matters. Imagine waking up with just one goal to achieve. Not 10, not 20, just one. That single goal becomes your focus, your priority, your driving force for the day. Why is this powerful? Because it eliminates overwhelm. When the mind has too many directions, it gets stuck in indecision. Focusing on one thing clears the mental clutter and simplifies your choices. It also boosts your confidence. Finishing a task, even a small one, creates a sense of accomplishment. That feeling builds self-belief and makes the next task easier to tackle. When you set a small, achievable goal, you build a chain of successes. Each link in the chain strengthens your willpower and discipline. Over time, these small wins add up to big results. Choosing the right small goal. Not every goal is created equal. The key is to choose a goal that's small enough to complete today, but meaningful enough to move you forward. It should be specific. Vague goals like be productive or work on project don't provide direction. Instead, choose something clear and measurable. For example, write 300 words of my report or call 2 clients for feedback. It should also be realistic. If your goal is too big or complicated, you risk frustration. Breaking big projects into smaller parts helps with this. Focus on one piece that fits into a single day. How small goals create momentum. Momentum is the invisible force that propels you forward. Starting is often the hardest part. Once you complete one small goal, momentum kicks in and your motivation rises. That momentum doesn't have to be rushed or intense. It can be steady and gradual. Every finished goal acts like fuel, making the next step easier. Think about when you're physically moving a heavy object. The first push is the hardest. Once it starts moving, it takes less effort to keep it going. Goals work the same way. Start small, then build up, avoiding common pitfalls. One of the biggest mistakes is setting a goal that's either too big or too vague. When the goal feels impossible, you procrastinate. When it's unclear, you lose focus. Another trap is trying to do too many things at once. Multitasking might seem productive, but it splits your energy and reduces quality. Focus on one goal today and give it your full attention. Some people fear that setting small goals means they're not ambitious. The truth is, small goals are the building blocks of ambition. They are the foundation upon which bigger dreams are built. The power of completion, finishing a task, is more than just crossing something off a list. It's a psychological boost. The brain rewards completion with a release of dopamine, the chemical that makes you feel good. That feeling pushes you to repeat the behavior. This is why small wins are so important. They create a positive feedback loop that strengthens motivation. When you finish your goal today, take a moment to recognize your achievement. Feel the satisfaction. This moment is fuel for tomorrow's effort. Practical steps to set your small goal. Start by looking at your overall to-do list or projects. What's one thing you can realistically finish today? Make the goal clear and concrete. Write it down in detail, what exactly you want to do, how long it will take, and what done looks like. Break the goal into smaller tasks if needed. If you want to write a report, your small goal could be outline the introduction. Block time in your schedule to focus solely on that goal. Treat this time as a meeting with yourself. No distractions allowed. When you finish, mark it as complete and reflect on how it feels. Examples of small goals. Respond to 5 important emails. Clean and organize your workspace. Read 1 chapter of a book related to your goals. Make a phone call you've been postponing. Draft a social media post or blog article. Plan your meals for the week. Schedule appointments or meetings for the next month. Each of these goals is small but meaningful. They create progress and open the door to bigger achievements. How this changes your mindset. When you consistently set and finish small goals, your mindset shifts. You stop seeing yourself as someone who procrastinates or gets overwhelmed. You become someone who takes action. Someone who finishes what they start. Someone who moves forward every day, no matter how small the step. That mindset is powerful because it builds resilience. Even when bigger challenges come, you know you have the ability to break them down and keep going. Avoiding overwhelm. Some days life gets chaotic. It feels impossible to get anything done. This is the perfect time to use the small goal method. Instead of trying to tackle everything, pick one thing, one small goal that you can finish, even if everything else feels out of control. Completing that one task will give you a sense of control and accomplishment. It anchors your day and reminds you that progress is always possible. The ripple effect. Completing one small goal often leads to others. When you feel good about what you've done, you're more likely to take on a second task. This ripple effect can turn a slow or difficult day into a productive one. You might start by writing a paragraph and end the day with a whole section completed. That's how change happens, not through sudden leaps but through steady, consistent progress. Focusing on one small goal you can finish today is a simple but powerful strategy. It reduces overwhelm, boosts motivation, and builds momentum. Choose a goal that's clear, specific, and realistic. Focus on it fully, finish it, and recognize your achievement. Over time, this habit transforms how you approach work and life. Remember, progress doesn't come from doing everything at once. It comes from moving forward step by step, day by day. Start today with one small goal. Finish it, feel the win, then keep going. Chapter 4. Remove distractions that keep stealing your focus. Daily focus is one of the most valuable resources you have. Without it, your energy scatters, your progress slows, and your motivation fades. Yet, distractions are everywhere. They sneak into your day, often unnoticed, quietly stealing your time and attention. It's not just about turning off your phone or closing social media apps. Distractions can be subtle, built into your environment, habits, and even your own thoughts. The good news is that distractions are manageable. You don't have to be a perfect person with endless willpower to overcome them. You only need to identify what's pulling you away and take clear steps to stop it. Understanding what distractions really are. Distractions are anything that pulls your attention away from what matters most. They can be external, like noisy environments, notifications, or interruptions from other people, or internal, like worries, boredom, or random thoughts. Sometimes distractions come disguised as breaks or rewards. For example, checking your phone for 5 minutes can easily turn into an hour lost. Watching TV to relax can stretch into watching half a season of a show. The first step in removing distractions is awareness. When you know exactly what pulls your focus, you can start controlling it. Common daily distractions. Look at a typical day and notice the common distractions. Phone notifications popping up constantly. Social media scrolling without realizing how much time passes. Emails and messages interrupting your workflow. Background noise like TV or loud conversations. Multitasking between tasks instead of focusing on one. Cluttered workspace that keeps pulling your eyes away. Mind wandering because of stress, anxiety, or boredom. Each one chips away at your attention, making it harder to get deep, meaningful work done. How distractions hurt your progress. Distractions do more than waste time. Every interruption resets your focus, and it can take up to 20 minutes to regain the same level of concentration. That means a 5-minute distraction might actually cost you much more time in lost productivity. Beyond time, distractions also drain your mental energy. Jumping from one task to another creates cognitive fatigue. You feel tired and overwhelmed, even if you haven't been physically active. This cycle of distraction and fatigue creates frustration. You want to do more, but feel stuck. You blame yourself for being unproductive, when really your environment and habits are working against you. Practical ways to remove distractions. Removing distractions doesn't mean you have to cut out all fun or social time. It means creating boundaries that protect your focus when it matters most. 1. Silence. Your phone. Your phone is the biggest distraction for most people. The constant notifications pull you away from your work, breaking your flow. Turning on Do Not Disturb or airplane mode during focused work times can create the space you need. 2. Use technology to your advantage. There are apps and tools designed to block distracting websites or limit your screen time. Use them when you know you'll be tempted to check social media or news sites. 3. Clear your workspace. A cluttered desk can overload your brain with visual distractions. Keep your workspace simple and clean. Put away items that aren't related to your current task. 4. Set specific times for checking email and messages. Constantly checking email or messages breaks your focus. Instead, set a few times each day to review and respond. This builds structure and reduces interruptions. 5. Use headphones or find quiet spaces. If noise distracts you, noise-canceling headphones or a quiet room can help. Even soft music without lyrics can improve focus for some people. Managing internal distractions. Distractions aren't only external. Internal distractions like wandering thoughts or emotional stress can pull your attention too. When your mind drifts to worries, tasks you forgot, or personal problems, it's hard to focus. This is natural but manageable. One way to deal with internal distractions is by writing down those thoughts as they come. Keep a notebook or a digital app nearby. When a distracting thought arises, jot it down quickly and return to your task. This clears your mind without losing the idea. Mindfulness practices or short breathing exercises can also train your brain to stay present and reduce mental noise. Avoid multitasking. Multitasking feels productive, but it actually reduces focus. Switching between tasks divides your attention and slows your progress on each one. The brain can't truly focus on two complex tasks at once. Instead, it switches rapidly, causing mental fatigue. Focus on one task at a time. Finish it or make clear progress before moving on. This approach leads to higher quality work and less exhaustion. Create rituals that signal focus time. Your brain responds to routines. Creating a daily ritual before starting work helps prepare your mind to focus. This could be as simple as brewing a cup of coffee, clearing your desk, or setting a timer for 25 minutes. When you repeat this routine, your brain starts associating it with work mode. Over time, this makes it easier to enter deep focus and resist distractions. Say no to non-essential commitments. Distractions aren't only about things in the moment. Sometimes, your schedule is full of commitments that drain your time and energy. Learning to say no or delegate tasks frees up space to focus on what really matters. You don't have to do everything for everyone. Prioritize your goals and protect your time. The benefits of removing distractions. When you reduce distractions, your focus improves. You'll finish tasks faster and with better quality. This leads to less stress because you're not rushing or feeling behind. Your energy lasts longer because you're not constantly starting and stopping. That steady progress builds confidence and motivation. Even your free time improves because you're not carrying the weight of unfinished work in your mind. Realistic expectations. Removing distractions is a process, not a one-time fix. Old habits die hard, and distractions will try to creep back in. Expect that some days will be better than others. The important part is to keep adjusting and recommitting to protecting your focus. Celebrate the wins. Every time you catch yourself avoiding a distraction or staying focused, you're strengthening your willpower. Distractions steal your time, energy, and motivation. They keep you from doing your best work and reaching your goals. The solution is awareness and action. Identify what pulls your attention away. Silence notifications, clear your workspace, set boundaries, and manage your mental space. Focus on one task at a time. Build rituals to signal your brain it's work time. Learn to say no to protect your time. This isn't about being perfect. It's about creating habits that help you focus consistently. When you control your environment and mind, distractions lose power. You reclaim your energy, your time, and your progress. Chapter 5. Track your progress to see how far you've come. Progress is one of the strongest motivators there is. When you see movement, even small steps forward, it fuels your confidence, renews your energy, and pushes you to keep going. But progress doesn't just happen on its own. You have to make it visible. Tracking your progress is how you do that. Without tracking, days, weeks, and months pass by, and you might not realize how much you've actually accomplished. It can feel like you're stuck in the same place, even when you're moving forward. Tracking changes that. It shows you the truth, that you are growing, learning, and getting closer to your goals. Why tracking progress is crucial. Imagine working hard on something, but never knowing if you're improving. It's easy to lose motivation when the results are unclear. Tracking creates clarity. It shows where you started, what you've done, and how far you still need to go. Progress tracking also helps you identify what's working and what's not. If you notice certain efforts don't produce results, you can adjust. If something is moving you forward, you can focus more energy there. When you keep track, you celebrate small wins. These wins matter because they build momentum. Each success is proof you're capable of change and growth. Different ways to track progress. Tracking doesn't have to be complicated or time-consuming. There are many methods, and the best one is the one that fits your style and goals. Journaling. Writing about your daily or weekly progress helps you reflect. You capture what you accomplished, what challenges came up, and how you felt. Checklists. Simple and satisfying. Crossing items off a to-do list shows clear progress. It also helps break big projects into manageable steps. Digital apps. There are many apps designed to track habits, projects, or goals. They can send reminders, show charts, and keep all your progress organized. Visual charts. Using calendars or progress bars on a wall or planner creates a visual reminder. Seeing your streaks or bars fill up motivates you to keep going. Choose a method that feels natural. The key is consistency, not complexity. Tracking keeps you accountable. When progress is tracked, it's harder to ignore your own efforts. The simple act of writing down or logging your work creates a level of accountability. It's like making a promise to yourself. When you know you'll check your progress, you're more likely to show up and put in the effort. This accountability also reduces procrastination. It's easy to delay work when there's no record, but when you track your actions, you see if you're falling behind, and that awareness pushes you to take action. Measuring progress beyond results. Progress isn't just about hitting big milestones or achieving final outcomes. It's also about the daily habits, small improvements, and learning moments. Sometimes you won't see huge jumps in your goals, but you will notice you're more consistent, more disciplined, or thinking differently. These changes are progress too. Tracking helps you recognize these small shifts, which might otherwise go unnoticed. Over time, these small changes add up to major transformations. Using progress to stay motivated. When motivation dips, looking back at your progress can revive it. Seeing how far you've come reminds you why you started. It's common to feel stuck or discouraged because you focus only on what's left to do. But reflecting on your journey, the challenges you've overcome, and the steps you've taken gives perspective. Progress tracking makes your effort tangible. Instead of vague hopes, you have proof. This proof builds confidence and pushes you forward, especially during tough times. Adapting your plan based on progress tracking isn't just for celebration, it's also a tool for adjustment. If your progress shows you're not moving as fast as you hoped, it's time to rethink your approach. Maybe you need to break tasks into smaller parts, get support, or change your strategy. If your progress is faster than expected, you can set bigger goals or take on new challenges. Being flexible and responsive to your progress means you work smarter, not harder. Practical tips to track progress effectively: be honest. Record what really happened, not what you wish had happened. Truth creates clarity and growth. Be specific. Instead of general notes like "worked on project," wrote 500 words of the report. Set regular check-ins, daily, weekly, or monthly reviews keep you connected to your progress. Celebrate wins, no matter how small. Acknowledge and appreciate your accomplishments. Learn from setbacks. If something didn't go well, write down what you can learn and how to improve next time. Examples of tracking progress. A writer tracks word counts daily to finish a book. Someone trying to improve fitness logs, workouts, and strength gains. A business owner monitors sales and customer feedback regularly. A student keeps track of study hours and completed assignments. Each of these examples shows that tracking makes progress visible and real. How tracking changes your mindset. When you track progress, you shift from guessing to knowing. You stop doubting if you're doing enough. You replace frustration with clarity and motivation. This change is empowering. It builds trust in your own ability to set goals, work toward them, and succeed. It also reduces fear of failure because you see progress as a journey, not a single event. Even small steps forward matter. Summary: tracking your progress is a powerful way to stay motivated, build confidence, and keep moving forward. It creates clarity, accountability, and a positive feedback loop that fuels growth. Choose a simple tracking method that fits your style. Be honest and specific. Review your progress regularly. Celebrate wins and learn from setbacks. Progress is not just about reaching the finish line. It's about recognizing every step that moves you closer to your goals. When you see how far you've come, it's easier to believe in how far you can go. Chapter 6. Give yourself short breaks to avoid mental burnout. Work, goals, ambition. These are important parts of life. But pushing yourself non-stop without rest doesn't lead to greater success. It leads to burnout. Mental burnout is real. It's the silent enemy that drains your energy, motivation, and creativity. If you don't pause regularly, your brain gets tired. It stops working at its best. You lose focus, start making mistakes, and feel overwhelmed. When that happens, it's hard to keep moving forward or enjoy your progress. Short breaks are not a waste of time. They're a necessity. They restore your energy, clear your mind, and help you come back stronger. Why breaks are essential? The brain is not designed to focus continuously for hours on end. It needs time to rest and reset. Think about how your phone works. Even the best devices slow down if they're running non-stop without a break. Your brain is no different. When you work without breaks, your attention fades. You start losing clarity. Decisions get harder. Even simple tasks take longer. Taking short breaks actually improves your productivity. When you return to work, you have sharper focus, better memory, and higher creativity. How mental burnout happens. Burnout is more than just feeling tired. It's a state of mental, emotional, and physical exhaustion caused by prolonged stress and overwork. When you push yourself without breaks, stress hormones build up. You become more irritable, anxious, or even depressed. Motivation disappears. Tasks feel overwhelming, and your self-confidence drops. Burnout affects your overall health, including sleep, digestion, and immune system. The science behind break studies show that working in focused bursts with breaks in between leads to better results than long hours without rest. Techniques like the Pomodoro method, where you work for 25 minutes and rest for 5, are effective because they respect your brain's natural attention span. Breaks increase blood flow to the brain, helping clear toxins and improve function. They also reduce eye strain and physical tension, especially if your work involves screens or sitting for long periods. What makes a good break? Not all breaks are equal. Some activities refresh your mind, while others drain your energy further. A good break is short, about 5 to 15 minutes, and removes you from your work environment mentally and physically. Examples of effective breaks include stretching or moving your body, walking outside for fresh air and sunlight, drinking water or having a healthy snack, practicing deep breathing or mindfulness exercises, listening to music that relaxes you. Avoid breaks that keep your brain engaged in work-like tasks, such as checking emails or scrolling social media. These don't allow your mind to truly rest. How to build breaks into your day. Scheduling breaks is key. Without planning, it's easy to skip them or let distractions fill the gap. Start by setting a timer for focused work periods. When the timer goes off, stop and take a break. Move away from your workspace to signal to your brain that it's rest time. Use breaks as a reset. Don't check work messages or think about tasks. Give your mind space to relax. Overcoming the guilt of taking breaks. Many people feel guilty about taking breaks, especially when they have a heavy workload or ambitious goals. They think breaks mean laziness or wasted time. The truth is the opposite. Breaks are an investment in your performance and well-being. Without breaks, your productivity and quality of work suffer. Remember that rest is part of work. It's a tool that helps you last longer, think clearer, and create better. Signs you need a break. Recognizing when you need a break is just as important as taking breaks regularly. Some signs include difficulty concentrating or frequent mistakes, feeling irritable or overwhelmed, physical tension or headaches, constant fatigue despite sleep, loss of motivation or interest. When these appear, don't push harder. Pause, step back, and recharge. Breaks and long-term success. Short breaks aren't just for immediate focus. They protect you from long-term burnout. By respecting your mental limits daily, you build resilience. This resilience lets you keep working steadily toward your goals without crashing or quitting. It helps maintain your passion and energy for the long haul. Breaks are not a sign of weakness or laziness. They are a powerful tool to keep your mind sharp and your motivation alive. Mental burnout happens when you ignore the brain's need for rest. It lowers productivity and harms your health. Short, purposeful breaks refresh your brain and body. They improve focus, creativity, and mood. Scheduling regular breaks and respecting them is key. Avoid guilt around rest. See breaks as an essential part of success. Recognize the signs when you need a break and honor them. By giving yourself space to rest, you ensure you can work smarter and longer, achieving your goals without losing yourself in the process. Chapter 7. Learn a new skill that excites your curiosity. Curiosity is one of the most powerful forces that drive growth and fulfillment in life. When you find something that genuinely excites your interest, it lights a fire inside you. That excitement gives you energy, focus, and motivation that can push you further than sheer discipline alone. Learning a new skill isn't just about adding to your resume or checking a box. It's about expanding your horizons, challenging yourself, and opening doors to opportunities you didn't know existed. When a new skill matches your curiosity, it feels less like work and more like discovery. Why learning a new skill matters. Learning keeps your brain active and adaptable. It builds confidence and resilience because you prove to yourself that growth is possible. Every skill you master is a new tool you carry through life, something that can help you solve problems, create value, or enjoy your time more. Beyond practical benefits, learning stimulates your mind and emotions. When you're curious and engaged, your motivation rises naturally. It breaks the cycle of boredom and routine that kills enthusiasm. The skills you learn today can become the foundation for new passions, careers, or relationships tomorrow. How curiosity drives learning. Curiosity acts like a compass. It points you toward what matters to you personally. When you follow your curiosity, learning feels natural and enjoyable. You're more likely to stay consistent because you want to know more, not because you have to. Curiosity encourages experimentation and creativity. It allows you to make mistakes without fear because you're exploring, not performing. This mindset helps you move faster and learn deeper. When you're curious, obstacles feel like challenges to solve rather than reasons to quit. This shifts your whole approach to growth. Choosing the right skill. Not every skill is equally exciting or useful. The best skills to learn are those that connect with your interests, values, or goals. Consider what has caught your attention recently. What topics, hobbies, or ideas make you want to dive deeper? What skills would bring you joy or make your life easier? It's okay if your choice isn't directly related to your current job or plans. Sometimes skills learned out of pure interest lead to unexpected opportunities. Starting small. Big goals can feel overwhelming, so start with manageable steps. You don't have to become an expert overnight. Begin by learning the basics. Watch videos, read articles, or take short courses. Set small milestones that keep your curiosity alive without pressure. Celebrate every new thing you understand or create. These small wins build confidence and keep you moving forward. Practical ways to learn. There are many ways to learn a new skill today. Choose what fits your style and schedule. Online courses or tutorials that let you learn at your own pace. Books and audiobooks that explain concepts and techniques. Practice sessions where you apply what you learn. Joining groups or communities with shared interests. Finding a mentor or coach who can guide you. Mix and match these methods to keep learning fresh and effective. Overcoming common challenges. Learning something new is not always easy. You'll face moments of frustration, confusion, or doubt. This is normal. The key is to keep your curiosity alive during these moments. Instead of giving up, remind yourself why you started. Focus on the joy of discovery rather than perfection. Break complex topics into smaller parts. When you master one piece, move on to the next. Don't compare your progress to others. Everyone learns at their own pace. Your journey is unique. The benefits beyond the skill itself. Learning a new skill does more than just add knowledge. It improves your problem-solving ability, creativity, and adaptability. You become more open-minded and better at connecting ideas from different areas of life. This growth spills over into your personal and professional relationships, making you a more interesting and capable person. How this fuels your motivation in life. When you regularly learn things that excite your curiosity, your whole outlook changes. You become more engaged in life. Every day holds potential for growth and discovery. This mindset breaks the cycle of boredom, stagnation, or feeling stuck. Instead of waiting for motivation to appear, you create it yourself through curiosity-fueled learning. Learning a new skill that excites your curiosity is one of the best investments you can make. It fuels your mind, grows your confidence, and opens doors to new possibilities. Choose skills that genuinely interest you. Start small and stay consistent. Use a variety of learning methods to keep it engaging. Expect challenges and keep your curiosity strong during them. Celebrate progress, no matter how small. By feeding your curiosity with new skills, you build a life filled with growth, passion, and possibility. Chapter 8. Surround yourself with people who push you forward. The people you spend time with shape your mindset, your habits, and your future. If you want to grow, improve, and reach your goals, the company you keep matters more than almost anything else. Surrounding yourself with people who push you forward is not just about having friends or acquaintances. It's about intentionally choosing relationships that challenge you, inspire you, and hold you accountable. These people become your support system and your motivation when things get hard. Why your circle matters. Humans are social creatures. We naturally absorb the attitudes, behaviors, and energy of those around us. If your closest circle is negative, doubtful, or complacent, it's easy to adopt the same mindset without even realizing it. On the other hand, being around driven, positive, and growth-focused people can raise your standards and push you to be better. Their success and mindset become examples you want to follow, not just stories you hear. Your environment sets the stage for your actions. Positive influences encourage you to take risks, keep going after failure, and celebrate progress. Signs you need new influences. Sometimes you don't notice how your current relationships affect you until you step back and reflect. Some signs that your circle isn't pushing you forward include feeling drained or discouraged after spending time with certain people, hearing constant complaints or negativity without solutions, lack of ambition or growth in your friends or peers, difficulty talking about your goals or passions because they don't understand or support them. Recognize these signs. It may be time to reevaluate your relationships. Finding people who push you forward. Finding the right people requires effort and intention. They might not come knocking on your door. Look for communities, groups, or networks that share your values and ambitions. This could be professional organizations, hobby groups, sports teams, or online forums. Surround yourself with people who demonstrate qualities you admire: discipline, positivity, resilience, or kindness. These traits are often contagious. How positive influences help you grow. People who push you forward do several things. They challenge your limits by encouraging you to step out of your comfort zone. They provide honest feedback that helps you improve. They celebrate your wins and motivate you during setbacks. They model behaviors and habits that lead to success. They hold you accountable to your goals. This kind of support is powerful because it combines encouragement with challenge. It keeps you on track without letting you settle for less. Balancing give and take. Healthy relationships are not just about receiving support. They also require giving it back. When you surround yourself with people who push you forward, be ready to do the same for them. Supporting others strengthens your own commitment and builds trust. It creates a positive cycle where everyone benefits and grows together. Dealing with negative influences. Not all relationships are positive or supportive. Sometimes, people in your life might unintentionally hold you back. Recognizing toxic or draining influences is important. This doesn't always mean cutting people out completely, but it may mean setting boundaries or limiting time spent with them. Protecting your mental and emotional space is necessary for growth. It's okay to prioritize your well-being and ambitions. Building a support network. Your support network should be diverse. It can include mentors, peers, friends, family, and even professional coaches. Each person plays a different role. Mentors provide guidance and wisdom. Peers offer motivation and companionship. Family can give emotional grounding. Coaches push your performance. Building this network takes time, but the effort pays off in increased resilience and motivation. How to maintain positive relationships. Once you find people who push you forward, maintaining those relationships matters. Regular communication, mutual respect, and shared goals strengthen bonds. Celebrate each other's progress. Be honest when giving feedback. Encourage open and supportive conversations. Strong relationships require effort, but become one of your greatest assets in your growth journey. The impact on your mindset and success. Surrounding yourself with positive influences shifts your mindset from scarcity to abundance. You start believing that growth is possible and that challenges are opportunities. This mindset fuels persistence, creativity, and resilience. It makes it easier to overcome obstacles and keep working toward your goals. The people you surround yourself with have a huge impact on your growth and success. Being around those who push you forward raises your standards and fuels your motivation. Recognize when your current relationships hold you back. Seek out communities and individuals who inspire and challenge you. Build a support network that balances giving and receiving. Protect yourself from negative influences by setting boundaries. Maintain these positive relationships with care and honesty. When you surround yourself with people who push you forward, you create an environment where success becomes natural and growth unstoppable. Chapter 9. Replace negative self-talk with clear positive action steps. The way you talk to yourself matters more than most people realize. Negative self-talk, those critical, doubtful voices inside your head, can quietly destroy your confidence and hold you back from reaching your potential. On the other hand, replacing that negative self-talk with clear positive action steps creates a mindset of growth and possibility. It moves you out of fear and hesitation and into purposeful progress. This chapter isn't about ignoring problems or pretending everything is perfect. It's about recognizing the harmful messages you tell yourself and changing the story through real, practical steps. Understanding negative self-talk. Negative self-talk often feels automatic. It's that inner critic that says things like, "I'm not good enough," "I'll never succeed," or "I always mess up." This voice may come from past experiences, failures, or the expectations of others. It's easy to believe these thoughts because they seem like facts, but they are not. They are just thoughts, often exaggerated or distorted. This kind of self-talk damages motivation and drains mental energy. It creates a cycle where fear leads to inaction, which leads to more fear and self-criticism. The power of awareness. The first step to change is awareness. You need to notice when negative self-talk happens. Pay attention to your thoughts, especially during moments of stress, challenge, or failure. Catch the phrases you say to yourself. Awareness is the key to breaking the automatic cycle. Once you see these thoughts clearly, you can begin to challenge and change them. Why positive action steps work. Negative self-talk traps you in a loop of doubt and worry. The antidote isn't just positive words but clear, concrete actions. When you replace negative thoughts with specific steps to move forward, you shift your focus from problems to solutions. Action builds confidence because it produces results. Even small actions create momentum. They prove to your brain that you are capable, which weakens the negative voice. How to replace negative self-talk? Start by identifying common negative thoughts you have about yourself or your abilities. Write them down if it helps. For each negative thought, create a positive, actionable response. For example, if the thought is, "I can't do this," your response could be, "I will break this task into smaller steps and finish one part today." Make sure your actions are realistic and specific. Vague ideas like "try harder" don't help. Clear steps like write 200 words or practice for 15 minutes give direction. Examples of replacing negative self-talk. Negative, "I'm not smart enough." Positive action, "I will study one topic today and ask questions when I don't understand." Negative, "I always fail." Positive action, "I will review what went wrong and try a different approach tomorrow." Negative, "I don't have time." Positive action, "I will schedule 30 minutes each day for focused work." These shifts take your mind from discouragement to empowerment. Building a habit of positive action, changing self-talk, is not a one-time event. It requires consistent effort and practice. Create a daily habit of catching negative thoughts and replacing them with action plans. Over time, this rewires your thinking and strengthens your resilience. Journaling your thoughts and actions can help track progress and deepen awareness. Overcoming resistance and doubt. The inner critic doesn't give up easily. You may feel resistance or skepticism when you try to replace negative self-talk. It's normal to have doubts, but don't let them stop you. Keep focusing on your actions rather than your feelings. Action creates evidence that your positive steps work. When doubt creeps in, remind yourself that growth is a process and mistakes are part of learning. The role of self-compassion, replacing negative self-talk, also means treating yourself with kindness. Self-compassion helps soften the harshness of your inner critic. Recognize that everyone struggles and makes mistakes. Being gentle with yourself creates space for change rather than fear. Combine self-compassion with clear actions for a balanced approach to growth. Long-term benefits. Replacing negative self-talk with positive action changes not only how you think but also what you do. It builds confidence, motivation, and a sense of control. Over time, this mindset shift leads to better decision-making, stronger resilience, and greater success in your goals. You become someone who faces challenges with purpose instead of fear. Negative self-talk limits your potential and drains energy. It's a harmful cycle that can be broken through awareness and positive action. Identify your negative thoughts and replace them with clear, realistic steps forward. Focus on what you can do today to move closer to your goals. Build a habit of catching negative self-talk and responding with action. Be patient and kind with yourself through the process. This approach transforms your mindset and life by turning doubt into progress and fear into growth. Chapter 10. Sleep well, so your mind and body can recharge. Sleep is one of the most powerful tools you have for success, health, and well-being. It's not just about feeling rested. It's about allowing your mind and body the time they need to repair, reset, and prepare for the next day. Without good sleep, everything suffers: focus, energy, mood, and decision-making. When you sleep well, your potential grows because your body functions at its best. Why sleep matters. Sleep is the foundation of physical and mental health. It restores your body by repairing muscles, tissues, and cells. It helps regulate hormones that control appetite, stress, and growth. For the brain, sleep is critical for memory, learning, and emotional balance. During deep sleep, your brain processes the information from the day, consolidating memories and clearing out toxins. Lack of sleep impairs cognitive functions like concentration, creativity, and problem-solving. It also increases the risk of chronic health problems such as heart disease, diabetes, and weakened immunity. How sleep affects performance. Your ability to perform at work, school, or any task depends heavily on quality sleep. When you're well rested, your reaction times are faster, your attention sharper, and your emotions more stable. Sleep boosts your motivation and resilience. When you're tired, even simple challenges feel overwhelming. Poor sleep makes it harder to manage stress and bounce back from setbacks. Signs you're not sleeping well. Sometimes it's easy to ignore poor sleep habits until serious problems arise. Here are signs that your sleep might be insufficient or low quality. Feeling tired or groggy during the day, difficulty concentrating or remembering things, irritability or mood, swings, falling asleep quickly when given a chance, relying on caffeine to stay awake. Recognizing these signs is the first step toward improving your sleep. Creating a sleep routine. Sleep quality improves when you have a consistent routine. Going to bed and waking up at the same time every day helps regulate your body's internal clock. A predictable schedule trains your brain to prepare for sleep naturally, making it easier to fall asleep and wake up refreshed. Preparing your body and mind for sleep. Good sleep starts before you even get into bed. What you do in the hour or two before sleep affects how well you rest. Avoid heavy meals, caffeine, and intense exercise close to bedtime. These can stimulate your body and interfere with falling asleep. Create a calm environment that signals to your brain it's time to wind down. Dim the lights, reduce screen time, and avoid stressful or stimulating activities. Relaxation techniques like deep breathing, gentle stretching, or listening to soothing music can help. The importance of a comfortable sleep environment. Your bedroom should be a sanctuary for rest. A comfortable mattress and pillows support your body properly. Keep the room cool, quiet, and dark. Use blackout curtains or a sleep mask if necessary. White noise machines or earplugs can block disruptive sounds. Minimizing distractions in your sleep space signals your brain that this is a place for rest only. Managing stress for better sleep. Stress and anxiety are common causes of sleep problems. When your mind races with worries, falling asleep or staying asleep becomes difficult. Developing strategies to manage stress during the day helps improve your sleep at night. This could include mindfulness practices, journaling, or talking with someone you trust. Avoiding sleep killers. Certain habits and substances can sabotage your sleep. Excessive caffeine or alcohol, especially in the afternoon or evening. Using electronic devices right before bed due to blue light exposure. Irregular sleep schedules caused by shift work or social habits. Napping too long or too late in the day. Being mindful of these factors helps protect your sleep quality. When to seek help. If you struggle with chronic sleep problems like insomnia or sleep apnea, professional help might be necessary. Persistent poor sleep affects your quality of life and health. Doctors or sleep specialists can diagnose and treat underlying conditions that interfere with rest. Sleep is essential for your mind and body to recharge and perform at their best. It supports physical repair, mental clarity, emotional balance, and overall health. Quality sleep depends on consistent routines, a restful environment, and healthy habits before bedtime. Managing stress and avoiding sleep disruptors protects your rest. Ignoring sleep needs leads to fatigue, poor focus, and health risks. Prioritizing sleep is not a luxury. It's a vital part of achieving your goals and living well. When you sleep well, you unlock your full potential every day.